What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide into these topics. And the first thing I want to discuss is this situation that's going down with Peter Thomas. Now, we all know that Peter has had his struggles over the years when it came to his businesses, keeping them open, paying his employees. He also, while he was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and was married to Cynthia Bailey, he had to borrow money from his own wife to keep his businesses afloat. I get it, they were in it together, but at the end of the day, he just has bad practices as a businessman overall. So a couple of days ago, he came out on his Instagram, and I guess he thought that he's such a big celebrity that he needed to come and announce that it was time for him to pay his dues. It was some things that he didn't do right in the past and things like that. So come to find out that Peter Thomas is facing felony charges for spending $2.5 million withheld from employees' paychecks at his Charlotte, Miami, and Baltimore sports bars. So that's what he was alluding to in this video I'm about to play you.
Good afternoon, social media world, including Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc., etc., etc. All right, I'm here to make a statement. My attorney and I have been working on a case for the last 2.5 years now, and that it came in on where I'm putting out this statement. I must have to apologize to my mom, my dad that's passed, and my kids, my friends, immediate family members, and anybody out there that checked for me. I've did some wrong that I have to make right. I have to stand up. I have to be accountable. I have to be responsible, and I have to pay my debt. For 2.5 years ago, the IRS started a case that went back 10 years and showed that from one struggling business to the next and the next, that I'd failed to pay my withholding taxes on time. And at some point when the business wasn't doing well, failed to pay at all. And it's something that I thought I could work out, catch up with, make hold. But the hole got deeper for me. So I deeply regret, and I'm saying this with all sincerity, I deeply regret not to make the IRS withholding tax a priority in my life, with no excuses, because there is none. It's the law. I'm finding out a lot about that law lately, and what I need to say to all business owner out there, if you're starting out a business, make sure that you're funded enough to cover your payroll after you pay your rent and you pay your utilities and you pay your vendors. Make sure that you could cover those withholding taxes, and make sure on the 20th of every month you pay those revenue taxes, because when those things add up, Uncle Sam is your partner, and they're not getting their piece, and keep on adding it up, it's gonna come and it's gonna bite you like it's biting me now. Okay, so I deeply regret, not paying my withholding taxes in a timely manner, or in any manner that would put me in the place where I am now. And but I'm gonna be accountable, I'm gonna be responsible, and I'm gonna pay my debt. Okay, because that's the agreement. And that's the way it is, okay? Thank you for the time. I'll be talking about this some more, probably. Okay, but I'm quite sure when it comes out, because y'all like to put me in the shade room and all those other places, I'm quite sure it's gonna be all over the place, because I am Peter Anthony Thomas, okay? Again, I apologize to the United States government who gave me such a wonderful opportunity to express myself and build these businesses. And I let them down, I let myself down, I let my family down, and I'm going to make amends. Okay? Thank you.
All right, so you guys just heard that BS, and it seems Peter is full of himself, talking about he needed to come and tell us before the Shade Room got the news because he's Peter Thomas. Who? Peter Thomas, the same dude that Nene called a B and started alluding to you as Patricia because you was always in women's business? The same Peter Thomas that had his employees out there struggling, couldn't pay their rent and car payment and get the basic necessities because you weren't paying them? The same Peter Thomas that tried to take advantage of your ex-wife Cynthia financially? The same dude that backed up Diddy and then had to come out and retract his statements once he saw that awful video of Diddy putting his hands on Cassie at that hotel, coupled with the fact that you never gave Cassie the benefit of the doubt from the start? That Peter Thomas. And aren't you the same cat that took to your social media to tell us that we didn't know business because you were getting blasted all over social media for having issues with your businesses and not paying your employees and things like that? That Peter Thomas is what you're proud of? Let me tell you something, guy. I don't know if you was trying to get the judge to basically be lenient towards you when you go and face the judge later on this week, because according to a sealed plea agreement that was filed this past Monday, Peter will have a hearing in front of a U.S. magistrate judge, and her name is Susan Rodriguez. But the fact that you're talking about you failed the IRS, you failed the United States government, you want to apologize to the United States government, I think that that's something that you should say to the court and not us. But to end that video saying that you're Peter Thomas, like you're so high and mighty, they're going to stick it to you, buddy. And they're going to show you that you played with the wrong system. And in the same breath, they're going to remind you, my melanin brother, who the F you are. And so you can't get away with that same stuff that 45 and people that look like him get away with, and they should be held accountable too. Now, according to multiple news publications, it says in Charlotte from 2017 to 2022, Club One and Sports One Bar and Lounge collected more than $640,000 in trust fund taxes or income taxes, social security taxes, and Medicare taxes that employers withhold from employee wages until they are paid to the IRS. None of it made it to the Treasury Department according to court documents. Just straight up diabolical, y'all. But anyway, I want to move along and I want to talk about this situation that's going down with Wendy Williams and some things that somebody said in regards to Ray J being maybe a part of why Wendy Williams has lost her mind, allegedly. So you have this rapper from Sacramento, California by the name of Suzanne Sade Brown. Her stage name is actually Stunner Girl. She's been on Baddies West. I don't know if that was a part of the Zeus Network or not. I don't follow that, but I believe I read something briefly about her being a part of that show. But anyway, she took to her Instagram story and said some things about Ray J and the fact that during this time when he was chilling with Wendy and she was going through her breakdown, that he may have assisted when Wendy was going on her D G binge. I want you guys to check out these couple of clips and then I'll be back.
Ray J, you did what to Wendy Williams? Y'all, Stunner Girl just came out swinging on Ray J. Instead of constantly worrying about me, Ray J needs to focus on what he did to Wendy Williams. She ain't been right since he took her out on that UGG binge. When did you and Wendy Williams start hanging out, Ray J? And how the did you piss off Stunner Girl for her to come out and say some like that? And Stunner Girl, how do you know this? Was you with them? We all know Wendy Williams is suffering from a lot. She has a form of dementia. She ain't been right. She's under the conservatorship. The lady that sold her penthouse. She owe people money. She going broke. But how is this Ray J fault? I need to know this. And Ray J, you better start talking because everybody gonna be talking about you now. I never knew y'all hung out together. And if y'all did or somebody else knew about them, can somebody tell me? And Ray J, you be doing Uggs like that? You be going that hard? Is this the reason Princess left you? And Stunner Girl, baby, you dropping tea. Can you drop some more?
Ray J is shaking, and everybody has been asking me about this Ray J, Stunner Girl, Tronics, Red Rum beef. I got it all, y'all. I done went and read and watched and everything else. Well, Stunner Girl has posted, instead of constantly being worried about me, Ray J needs to focus on what he did to Wendy Williams. She ain't been the same since you took her down on that drug binge, dog, gang. All of this scares me. Let's talk about it. So I have told y'all, Ray J is one of the top gangsters in the industry, allegedly. Him dealing with Lil' Kim, Wendy Williams, him dealing with Whitney Houston in the ways that he dealt with them. I am not directly saying that all of those relationships were romantic, but there was some involvement there. Now, the Wendy Williams one, I can only say because in real time, as a Wendy Williams fan, I was watching all that go down. When she started being around Ray J, because, you know, she'll have you on the show if she's around you. Wendy was not friends with people in the industry, so if she did have you around, she had you around. So when she started bringing Ray J around towards the decline, we're seeing them walking hand in hand outside of, you know, stores. My girl is looking, you know, her eyes because of the Graves' disease, and you know, she's, you know Wendy, but at the time it was more of a sickly Wendy, hand in hand with a Ray J, but in a panty short. Remember, she liked the real short shorts, so she was still up and at him. We just was looking a little bit, you know, different than the Wendy we knew. And you know, Stunner Girl is saying that it was a binge. Now, I'm not saying that; she's saying that. Stunner Girl also said this: "Stop speaking on me. You're none but a Hollywood kid who's having a midlife crisis at 50, faking a gangster image. Once you couldn't pay for us for clout and my husband for protection anymore, you started trying to be him. You even tattooed your face like him. Bye." I do remember thinking it to be very odd that Ray J, after his big grown age, got a face tattoo, but I did think that it went hand in hand with his divorce. He's so in love with Princess Love, and Princess Love is cold, and she's a world-renowned poker player. You know, you don't want to lose a girl like that. So I just thought it was all a part of the breakdown. I had no idea that he was trying to be harder. I knew he already was hard from him cussing Fabulous out on that Breakfast Club interview where he was talking about he'd do something to him, and Fabulous wasn't saying nothing. Fabulous wasn't saying nothing. Was there ever a retaliation video? There was not. He was talking to him like, "I pull up to your job and I know you scared." And I said, Ray J has more hands in the dark arts than we think. But Ray J is a Hollywood kid, hell of a businessman. He's gonna go down like one of them Bob Barkers, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay, so she said you pay for O's, you know, cat all day. You won't even pay your team. You're a professional, John. I believe that. You know, Ray J's so always in Vegas. You was just gassing Suki, saying you had her sign an NDA after you got some of that cat. Bees can't be on your network unless they actually pleasing you. You're the biggest creep of them all. So when she said you're the biggest creep of them all, that led me back to how we even got here. It was Ray J and Lemmy. Ray J and Lemuel, the head of Zeus Network, are beefing real bad. Stunner Girl does not mess with Lemmy at all either. We saw that entire blowout online. But I'm going to bring you back to the Breakfast Club interview with Ray J, seen above here in Bow Wow, where he was speaking good of Lemmy. He was giving him compliments, saying, "I love what he's doing with the network. We're going to have our own. They're going to have theirs. He's a black man making moves. You know, to do this is iconic." He was giving him all the props just for Lemmy to turn around and have all these bad things to say about him. He tweeted a tweet I can't find about basically telling Ray J, "No, you keep that same energy. You trying to do your network. We not cool." And it gave very much disrespectful to Ray J after he praised him. But I brought you to this because this is a TikTok video somebody else did. There's so many breakdowns about this. Lemuel allegedly messes with everybody on Baddies, and he's giving the girls the clap, okay? So I need you to know that. Stunner Girl, this is a story about basically Stunner Girl getting told a secret by Scotty, pictured on the left, about messing with him, getting the clap, about how he was trying to control her life, and he would stop paying her rent if she didn't do what he said, although he has a full-blown wife. So there's a lot of, you know, drama behind this guy, and Ray J, you know, after he tried to play him, called it back out. So then Ray J went on live, baby, and he was like, "Hey, lemon pepper stepper, baby, you think it's a game?" He called them not media, but Lee Media. They all know that he allegedly giving them girls something, okay? And in this little live, he was calling him Harvey Weinstein. He was saying that you're just as bad as any type of So that's why that stunner girl comment was interesting, saying that, you know, he pays for girls. Now, let me tell you something. If Ray J pays for girls, he's paying them girls an honest living, and that's their business. But if Lemmy's out here forcing girls to do stuff and giving them the round of applause, I don't think that he's going to last long. He's going to go down like a Diddy with that behavior. I don't know. But this Tronics Red Rum beef is awesome. Zeus beef, it's network beef. But at least they all black people that own networks.
Alright, so you guys just saw and heard all of that. Now, over the years, it's been alleged that the last person that Whitney Houston ever saw before she passed away was Ray J. Now, I'm not saying that Ray J is responsible for doing something to Whitney, but a lot of people suspect foul play, or they feel like Ray J know what the hell happened to Whitney, or knows what the hell happened to Whitney. Now, you take this situation into account with Wendy Williams. I must say that Wendy and Ray J were hanging tough and tight during the time when she was going through her mental issues, and so given Wendy's past addiction woes, it's not above the realm of possibility that the two of them went on a DURG binge together. Now, we can pose the question, do we believe that Wendy was set up? Did Ray J know that Wendy came in contact with some bad ish, or did he not know that she came in contact with some bad ish? What Stunner Girl is saying here is that, listen, maybe Wendy had her issues way before she got to Ray J, but when she got to Ray J and after Ray J is when Wendy's health really took a turn for the worse. Now, Ray J has not responded to these accusations, at least not while I was recording this video, but I will say that I'm waiting to see if Stunner Girl is going to come out and really go in regards to this situation, because this is a really bold statement, you know, that she put out there. But anyway, guys, let's move along and talk about this issue that's going down with the new head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers, JJ Redick. So a melanated woman by the name of Halima Nash has come out and said that, you know, during her tenure at Duke University, JJ Redick called her a. So this is what she said, and I'm going to paraphrase some of what she said. She says, "I've only been called a to my face by a YT man once in my life, and it was on the campus of Duke University while I was doing work with the basketball team. And today he was named the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. What a world." Now, a lot of people are calling cap on this, and they're questioning the validity of her claims based off of the fact that JJ Redick played in the NBA for 12 to 15 years, and never did she say anything in regards to this. But I want to remind you guys of a little history about JJ Redick, because there's some history with a girl that he was dealing with. So let's talk about her. Now, her name is Vanessa Lopez, and she's the ex of JJ Redick's. And let's talk about the fact that he made her sign an accordion contract when they were together. And she also said back in 2014 that he called her a as well. Now, I want to read you guys this as it pertains to the past relationship between JJ Redick and Vanessa. It says, "Los Angeles Clippers sharpshooter JJ Redick is still feeling the effects of a 2007 document he and his ex-girlfriend Vanessa Lopez signed, in which she said she had decided to have an accordion." All right, I'm paraphrasing there. JJ Redick has always said Lopez had never been pregnant with a child fathered by him. If that was the case, why was he so clearly upset at her? Check out these emails JJ wrote to Vanessa Lopez. The emails may or may not be included in a book currently being shot by Lopez. So it seems as though that the original message was sent on September the 26th, 2007, and it was forwarded to, I believe, Greg, which is her brother-in-law, I guess. But it just seems a little weird to me. But anyway, it says, "My brother-in-law left her a voicemail calling her a dirty. We've got problems if that blank," and I can't figure out what that word is, "leaks it. What the blank can we do?" And I just figured out what that word is, y'all. I'm gonna say pick, all right? It's pick, but it's an offensive word towards the Hispanic community. And this is the same thing that JJ Redick was held accountable for when he did this back in 2018.
I just wanted to wish all of the NBA fans in China a very happy Chinese New Year.
Anyone that I offended with what was a very unintentional mishap. As I said in my statement, I was going to say NBA Chinese fans, and it didn't make sense at the last minute. I changed it to NBA fans in China, and a word came out, and it's unfortunate that so many people were offended, and I'm sorry for that. I can't imagine waking up to celebrate a new year and having some random NBA player use a word like that. So.
All right, so you guys just saw in 2018 that JJ Redick was wishing the Chinese basketball fans a happy holiday, and he used a particular term that's offensive to their community, and then he had to end up apologizing for it. And my conclusion is that JJ never uses that word live on national television or whatever if that word was never said within his space. Now, he's from Roanoke, Virginia, and they're known for this type of behavior. I'm not saying that JJ Redick is guilty, but I am saying where there is smoke, there is absolutely some fire there. Now, I don't know why all of this information is coming out now, but I do believe it has something to do with the melanated coaches within the NBA, especially assistant coaches that didn't get a chance at being a head coach within this league. JJ Redick has never coached within that league. And so they're saying, hey man, we were skipped over for somebody that doesn't have any coaching experience. And a lot of people within the NBA community are upset with LeBron for actually doing a podcast with JJ Redick in the midst of his coach being on the hot seat and possibly being fired at the end of the season, which actually happened. And with Darvin Ham being fired at the end of the season, and now JJ Redick is the coach, and I don't care if they interviewed Dan Hurley from UConn, I don't think that he ever was going to be the coach. I think that they tried to make it look as if that they were looking at other options, but the fact that JJ Redick got hired, it makes me feel that LeBron James facilitated this whole move. And so when you take all of that into account, it just makes me feel that there's somebody behind the scenes trying to get JJ Redick fired before the season even starts. And if this is all true, the things that he said about different communities, he needs to be fired. He does not need to be a head coach anywhere. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let all of this go. I want you all to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything that was discussed within this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.